I'm Danielle with BCO SciComm team, and today I'm here with space enthusiast and everything, Dr. Niamh Shaw. We're having the best week ever! I have a very special little guest.
Really?
You might know her.
I think I do.
She's very into space, and her name is Sarah! And she's got lots of questions for you, so would you mind talking to this one?
I would love to talk to Sarah.
Go ahead, Sarah, it's all yours. Go ahead.
Sarah! How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm great. All the better for meeting you.
I have a few questions I want to ask you about space.
I would love to answer them if I can.
Okay. So what was it like being on a zero gravity flight? Because I saw a video.
It was really weird. Have you learned to ride a bicycle yet?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know the way you want to learn but you're scared, but you want to learn but you're scared, but you want to learn but you're scared, and then you're scared but you want to learn.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same feeling that you want to do this but you're scared, and you want to do it but you're scared. So I loved it, but I hadn't a clue what was going on as it was happening. But I went with it and I couldn't stop laughing. I just screamed my head off. So it was like a roller coaster. But all the time I was really scared as well. And you don't have to hold on to the handlebar, but I did. So the first time, they do a kind of a gentle one the first time, and they say, hold on to the bar so you know what you're doing. And I did that. And then, I don't know, for the rest of it I just kept holding on to the handlebars. And then you kind of you understand what's happening to your body, because what happens is it only comes in like 30-second waves, and the hard part is to put you in that position where you can free fall. You have to be put through twice the force of gravity on the way up and on the way down, and that's disgusting, and you feel like you want to the whole time, so you have to go really limp. And I guess that's the scariest part, because I really didn't want to waste my trip vomiting, which happened to a lot of people around me, unfortunately. But I didn't, and that was great. Yeah. And then once I became more familiar with what it felt like, I started getting more and more kind of, adventurous. It was fantastic, and I'd love to do it again.
I saw a video of you doing it, and you got the giggles on it. That would 100% happen to me. I would start skidding, laughing.
But it's hard. I was exhausted afterwards, and I was covered in bruises. Yeah, covered in bruises. But yeah, well worth doing. Well worth doing.
What was the coolest thing seeing a rocket launch? Was it really?
Oh my god. Again, you know what's really interesting about space stuff is you need this time to almost digest to process what happened. So I saw the launch, and I actually couldn't articulate what it was like until maybe about 6 or 7 months later. But initially I just started crying. Of course I started crying. But so you see it, and there was a timer so we were in a field in the middle of the desert in Kazakhstan, and the rocket was about 800 meters away, which is very close. And you're surrounded by other people who are really excited. And of course, you know me, when I get excited, I scream.
Yeah.
And so I already started screaming. They said, you can't do that during launch. And I said, why not? Because people are filming it and you'll ruin their footage. And I was like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm going to do, because I want to scream. So if I don't scream, I cry. That's what I do. So because I get so emotional. So we're watching the countdown, and on the screen we could see the 3 astronauts on the screen, and then it would toggle back to the countdown. So for the last minute, everybody was quiet. I was like, busting a gut to say something, and I couldn't, and it was there, and then the rockets fired, and there was this kind of delay between the rockets firing and us hearing it, and then you hear this like rumble, which moves the ground underneath you, and the footage that I took, you can see my camera actually starts to shake, and you go, oh my God. And then all the time, what was really important to me was to remember that there was 3 people in there, this. There's 3 people in this just section here, and you see all the fire coming from the bottom, and you're kind of going, oh my God, there's 3 people in there, and then it started to move, and it was like sort of like hovering, and when you see a rocket launch on TV, you think it just goes straight up, but it doesn't. It kind of goes like this, and you're going, oh my God, because it moves in 3-dimensional space, and then it kind of like, it's like, oh, I don't want to move, okay, I'll move, and then it's just gone, and oh my God, and then it's just gone, and then you're kind of just watching it like just take off in the screen, and that's when my camera just switched off.
Could you picture yourself in the?
Yeah, and that's why I was going, oh my God, I want to be in there so bad, bad. And the more they're going up, and then everybody else is watching it through their camera, and I'm going, no, I want to watch it. So I was one of the very few people that was actually watching it with my eyes, and I was just like rooting for them all the way.
That's amazing. That was really good. I'm going to ask you a few questions about the Mars mission.
Okay, cool.
So when you were part of the Mars mission, did you like get on with the people you were living with?
I did. I was really
Really?
lucky. Yeah, I knew. So there was 5 of us in total. 3 of them I knew before, and then the other person was somebody new from Australia. But he was lovely, and he kind of became Dada Bear because he was a really good cook, and he would bake for us, and he would make cookies, and he would make chocolate cake. I don't know how he did it because we had such bad food. But yeah, we got on really well. But it was hard. It was like, do you have brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
have a
okay.
brother.
So you know the way when you're cooped up in a room together, it's only a matter of time before you're going to kill each other?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was a little bit of that. Sometimes that
Yeah.
you would get cabin fever.
normal.
It's totally normal. And so we would have days where we weren't allowed to go outside because the weather was bad, and then you would kind of want to scream
Yeah.
because you wanted to go outside.
Yeah.
But we were so busy, like the days would fly. Like we would do 15, 16-hour days. We'd get up at 7 and I wouldn't be going to bed till about 11 o'clock or midnight most nights. And then I had really bad sleep because the heating in my room was just really excessive and I couldn't
Yeah.
sleep. But yeah, no, I was really lucky, and we really loved each other. Like we took really good care of each other, and we'd take turns cooking dinner, and we'd theme it based on the country of where we were from. And we had a roster of somebody was on toilet duty and washing up duty, and somebody was on lunch duty, and somebody was on dinner duty. And I wasn't a very good cook, but the 3 boys were great cooks, and myself and Michaela, the 2 girls, we were very good cooks. So I would say, I'll do cleaning. So I would swap my rota with the good chefs, and so I loved cleaning. So it was perfect.
Did you eat any like strange foods?
Yeah, like so we ate. So we were able to bring in a few fresh things for the first few days, and they ran out pretty quickly. And then we had freeze-dried broccoli, freeze-dried cabbage, freeze-dried potato, freeze-dried butter. And so you would just add water to things, and then you would cook them. They were very salty. It was very nice.
Did you find out anything like interesting when you were down there?
Oh, well, it's dinosaur bone country, so it's a paleontologist's dream where we stayed in Utah. So we were told not to, so we weren't allowed, there were certain areas that we weren't allowed to go into because they were restricted for archaeologists and paleontologists to kind of, do their thing, check for dinosaur bones. But we never met anybody when we were there. I think one of the most interesting things we did was Idris loves the night sky, and he's a great astronomer. And on our very last night there, when the new crew came, we were able to go outside without the suits, which was brilliant. And he did a star show for us, and he showed us all these stars that we'd never heard of before. That was brilliant. That was brilliant. It was great.
This is just, I just have a question about, because you're an actor.
Yes.
Or an actress.
Yes.
I'm in drama.
Woo!
And I love acting and singing on stage.
Brilliant.
But I just want to ask you, do you ever get nervous before you go on stage?
Oh yeah, do you get nervous?
Well, I kind of get butterflies in my tummy. Like, I'm nervous, but then I'm really excited, and then I'm kind of nervous, and then I'm really excited.
That is exactly the way it is. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like, oh, I don't want to go on. It's
Yeah,
like, I want to
yeah.
go on, but I'm scared. But I want to go on, but I'm scared.
Yeah,
but I want to
yeah.
go on, but I'm scared. Yeah.
Like, after you do, you're like, oh my god, I just did that.
Exactly. That's exactly the way I feel. And I think you have to be nervous, because if you're not
Yeah.
nervous, you don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to be an astronaut when I'm older.
Okay.
So is there any advice you would give? Like any working hard on subjects, or
Yeah.
be prepared for really scary.
Yeah, I think definitely it's important for you to be curious. Remember
Yeah.
to be curious
Yeah.
and to really kind of learn how to discover things and ask questions and try to find out the answers. But it's also really important to learn how to share and to
Yeah.
care. Because a lot of astronauts get selected. Yes, they are really good scientists and they're really good engineers and they're really good at flying planes, but actually the psychological tests are the most important part for astronaut selection. So they want to meet nice people, they want to meet people that know how to be part of a team, they want to meet people that know how to take care of their team, and when they are needed to lead, that they lead, but they're also able to follow when somebody else gets time to do things. And hard work and passion and really wanting to make your life special and the people and the lives of people around you. I think if you keep all those things together, then you'll be an awesome astronaut.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Niamh. I that's all the questions.
Brilliant! So we'll both be in space at the same time, yeah?
Yeah.
Brilliant,
Yeah,
awesome.
definitely. We could
Let's
be in the
floss
same
up there.
station.
We'll floss.
We'll floss.
Floss in space. Watch this space.
Well, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for doing an interview again. You're so good at it,
Yeah,
Sarah.
you're
It's
really good at
amazing.
them.
And thank you so much, Dr. Niamh Shaw, for chatting with us.